Hello everyone!
Hello!
We are back, and today we went to Costco. But instead of just going over what we purchased at Costco, I want to use this opportunity to reflect back on my time living in the US. So each item will have a memory associated with it. So I hope you enjoy hearing about my past. Okay, so our first item are these microwavable popcorn. When I lived in the US, we would always go to Blockbuster, which is kind of like Tsutaya in the US. They're no longer in business, but it was a very popular video chain store. And so we would rent movies there, and then we would come home, and then we would make some microwavable popcorn and eat it while we watched these movies. And so these were our regular movie nights. These are super easy to make, and so I always relied on microwavable popcorn. It makes the entire house smell like popcorn. One of the first memories I have of eating popcorn in a movie theater was going to watch a movie called Frankenstein. And we bought this huge tub of popcorn. And I asked for some butter. The person at the register took the popcorn and started pumping a whole bunch of butter onto the popcorn. And so it was just kind of doused in butter. And as I'm eating this, I'm starting to get full, and about halfway through the movie, I'm like halfway through the popcorn, and I'm like, how am I gonna finish this? And so I couldn't focus on the movie, I was just kind of focused on finishing the popcorn. Still, it was a good memory for me.
Only popcorn in the theater?
Oh, okay.
Buy it.
Yeah, you can go to the concession and they'll have candy, chocolate bars, gummies, and stuff like that. One of my favorites is Sour Patch Gummies. I don't know if it's still the case, but if you have wrappers like this, it makes a lot of noise and it'll make other moviegoers distracted. And so all of the candies come in boxes. And so I love, taking the M&Ms or the Sour Patch Kids out of these boxes, and it would make this box noise, and then like that. And so I really enjoy just eating those candies and popcorn along with the movie.
Nice.
So yeah, we're gonna use these for our next movie night.
Yay!
During my time in Texas, we went to eat Mexican food a lot. We call these Tex-Mex. And whenever you go there, we have chips and salsa. So we would use corn chips and dip it in the salsa. And now at Costco, you can find these salsas in plastic containers. But today, you could discover something a little bit more interesting.
Organic container style salsa.
Why do you think this is better than the other one?
Maybe this is fresh?
Yeah, seems like it's got more fresh ingredients. It says Garden Fresh Gourmet, and it's organic, and it says mild, so even I can enjoy it. This, for sure, is gonna go well with tortilla chips.
Yes.
Also, in the Tex-Mex theme, we have guacamole dips.
Yay!
They come in small packages, like this, and so you don't overeat, right? Once the container is finished, you put away the chips.
2回目だよね. It
That's
was
right.
yummy, but a little bit spicy. That's why Mina can't eat it.
So, for you adults out there. Speaking of dips, Yuka also found another type. We got handcrafted roasted onion cheddar dip. On-the-go snacks. Great for pretzels, vegetables,
Vegetable.
Carrots, and sandwiches.
Sandwich?
You like cheese dip?
Yeah, I love cheese. I love onions. That's why it's a perfect one.
Yeah. Speaking of chips, we also purchased some potato chips. When we talk about potato chips in America, you always think Lay's. Lay's has many types. Today we just went with the regular classic type. It goes really well with sandwiches. In Japan, it doesn't seem like potato chips get paired up with sandwiches too often. For example, if you go to Subway, they have what?
Baked potato.
Baked potatoes. In America, if you go to Subway, you get to choose your favorite bag of chips. And so that's what I do. Whenever I go to Subway or whenever I'm making a sandwich, I always pair it up with potato chips.
Good.
Try it out. My favorite type of chips are Cheetos. Now they have Cheetos in Japan, but I've noticed that they don't quite taste the same. I like the Cheetos from the US. Maybe it's cheesier, I don't know. Whenever you eat it, your fingers get super orange. And I like licking that. The next item has to do with Chinese food. And not just any Chinese food, but American Chinese food. Yes, it's different. So we found this. This is sauce for orange chicken. Now we love going to Panda Express. And Panda Express is famous for their orange chicken. And we can enjoy that flavor here at home using some chicken and this sauce right here. Now, there is a panda on here, but
Why is it not panda?
it's not from Panda
Panda
Express.
Express.
In our home in Texas, there was a American Chinese restaurant nearby. And so sometimes when Omi didn't feel like cooking, we would get takeout. And so we would call, we would go and pick it up, and the food comes in these paper containers, like these boxes, right? And it's got this little metal handle on it. And so I used to love eating out of that. And then once the rice starts to get about halfway through, I would just dump a lot of different types of Chinese food in there, mix it up, and then enjoy it that way.
よくなんか映画でも出てくるね。ボックス入りのやつ。
Next, we have Heinz tomato ketchup. Now this one needs no introduction. It's very popular here in Japan as well. But whenever we go to Costco, we always make sure to pick up these, so we always have a stock in our refrigerator. Now we love Heinz. Mina and Mommy especially love to dip things in ketchup. Me, on the other hand, I don't really dip too much. I mean, I like dipping, but I just need a little bit, like that, right? But these girls, they will dump that in there, and then it's like, yeah, it's mostly sauce, you know. Recently, I read a book called What the Dog Saw by Malcolm Gladwell, and there's an entire chapter devoted to Heinz ketchup and how wonderful Heinz ketchup is. Apparently, the creators of Heinz ketchup created a secret recipe. And it's such a good recipe that no other company can recreate it. And so that's why no other ketchup compares to Heinz ketchup. They had the perfect balance of the 4 flavors, saltiness, spiciness, sweetness, and umami.
Umami?
Yeah, umami. That's an actual English term. It comes from Japan.
Umami.
Yep. And so check out that book if you like ketchup. Ever since I read that, I have a greater appreciation for Heinz ketchup.
ハインツの人みたい。
Yeah, it doesn't compare. Next, let's talk bagels. Whenever you go to Costco, you should always pick up a pair of these bagels here. Nearby our house, we used to have a bagel shop. And once in a while, I wake up extra early before school, and I would go to the bagel shop, and I always ordered one plain bagel with cream cheese. And the shop clerk would take the cream cheese, and they would just dump it all over the bagel. So it's like you got the bagel here, and then you got like a mountain of cream cheese. And I love that. And I would eat that with a bottle of Coke, and that would be my breakfast. So we can recreate that here using, of course, bagel from Costco and
Kimchi
from Costco. This is the Philadelphia kind, my favorites. Yuka, do you like Japanese type bagels or Costco brand bagels?
ちょっと違うよね。もうちょっとね、私はこうなんか注意な感じが好き。ふわっとして注意、もちもちの方が好きだけど。
That's right. But real bagel, and that's bagel from New York, is a lot harder. Yeah. They don't really like soft bagels there. Sorry.
でも美味しいよね。
There are lots of different types that you can get at Costco, of course. Today we got plain and honey wheat.
Yes.
My favorite are the onion kind. They don't usually sell those a lot, but once in a while they'll have them. Definitely pick it up. I recommend it. We used to have a pool in our backyard, and I would go swimming in the summertime with my friends. And whenever you go swimming, you get really, really hungry. So when we get out of the pool, Omi would have a grill, and she would be making pancakes for us.
Nice.
And so that was one of my favorite memories of summertime. We purchased this pancake mix at Costco. The kids love it. Yuka loves it. We, pour maple syrup over it, and it's just a perfect way to start the day. This one is a different flavor, though.
Yes. Chocolate flavor.
Chocolate flavor. So I'm sure this is going to taste great. It says add milk and shake. And then you
この
just
ボトル
make
で
it.
ね。
Interesting.
Interesting. How about it in Hawaiian pancakes? Like there's so much the whipped cream. Do you like it?
I just like the simple stuff. Butter and maple syrup. That's all I need.
Before we went to the IHOP, that we ordered the whipped cream pancake.
Yeah, IHOP, International House of Pancakes, they don't have any in Japan. But if you go to Guam, you can definitely check it out. And yeah, like Yuka said, they have these very colorful, fruity types. And so yeah, I recommend the strawberry one with whipped cream. Delicious.
映える。
Oh yeah. You can take Instagram photos. During my time in New York, we would take lots of family vacations. And so one of my favorite and most memorable family vacations was when we went to Maine. Maine. That's on the northeastern tip of the US. And when we went there, I have this memory of eating clam chowder soup. And a specific type of clam chowder called New England. Now, New England is in Massachusetts, but they also serve them in Maine. And I remember it tasting so delicious, just full of clam and potatoes and lots of other delicious ingredients. So ever since then, we would always purchase New England clam chowder. And the easiest to prepare was the Campbell type. You can buy it in cans. But nowadays, they have them in these powder types. And so this one has clam chowder as well as corn potage. This should really help us get through the cold winter days. And let's talk lunch. In American schools, you can bring your lunch or you can go to the school cafeteria. And when you go there, you have the lunch lady. Now, not everyone's the same. I'm not trying to generalize here, but many of the lunch ladies are, let's just say they're bigger, they're older, and they're not the happiest types of people. And so you would go, I don't know why, but you would go there, you would order, and then they'll take the food and they'll just kind of slap it onto the tray. Right? One of the things that I remember being slapped onto my tray was mac and cheese. Macaroni and cheese.
Macaroni and cheese.
Yes. So that's one of the things that I grew up eating in the US. Fortunately, they have it at Costco. And so we always pick up one of these boxes here. They're very easy to prepare, and they also have the instant kind, and that's the kind that I used to make when I was at home. It's really gooey and chewy, so it's very popular with kids, but it's also a regular part of American dinners and American meals. Yeah, it's the perfect side item. People use it for macaroni casseroles or baked macaroni, which is, I guess, similar to like gratin. You like these?
Yes, I love it. A little bit stinky smell, I think.
It's cheese. You love cheese, though. But yeah, it's got a bright color, right? It's like this yellowish, orangish color. So it doesn't look super healthy. I don't think it is. No artificial preservatives, no artificial flavors, no artificial dyes.
じゃあそんなに悪くないのね。
It's pretty safe.
でも食べたらすごく美味しいし、ミーナも好き、デートも好き。
And like I said, they have the instant kind where you can add water and then just microwave.
カップのこれよりもっとちっちゃい大きさの。
Whenever we go to Guam, we would
海外
pick
に行
up
っ
a
た時に
bunch.
そういろんな味のやつをカゴに入れて、山盛り買って帰ってくるっていう。
That's right. This time at Costco, we picked up rotisserie chicken legs. Usually we would get the rotisserie whole chicken, but we heard this was really, really good. They don't always have them. We were lucky to pick this one.
Yes.
Now here in Japan, we always make a tradition out of eating rotisserie chicken for Christmas, but that tradition actually started when I lived in the US. And so many people eat turkey, but turkey just takes a really long time to cook. Yeah, it's an all-day thing. Once in a while, Omi would prepare turkey, but most of the time we went with rotisserie chicken for Thanksgiving and for Christmas. And so that's the tradition that lives on to this day.
Turkey is yummy too.
Turkey's yummy. Many people say it's bland, but I kind of like that. I mean, you obviously add sauce, so you're not going to have a problem with it. And you can eat it for days after. People put it into sandwiches or they'll prepare it in other dishes. So yeah, I love turkey as well. And it's so big too. Turkey, it's huge.
ホールチキンよりもっと大きいんだ。
Yes. Maybe one of these days you can try making it.
ちょっと怖い。
Okay, one last item.
ピッツァ
Pizza.
Wow.
See how big that is? I love Costco pizza. I love pizza in general. It started when I lived in New York, and right by our train station, there was a small hole-in-the-wall pizza place called Mario's Pizza. And once in a while, we'd go there and we would order one slice, but that one slice was huge, right? And New York-style pizza is thinner, and it's bigger and wider, right? So I feel like Costco's kind of similar to the New York-style pizza. This one's pepperoni, which is nice and simple.
そう、ペパロニね。Always you said pepperoni, pepperoni, pepperoni.
Pepperoni or plain? I don't like any of the fancy schmancy pizzas you find.
How about Hawaiian pizza?
No, thank you. Alright, so those were the Costco items that always remind me of home. I hope you enjoyed watching this video today, and if you have any questions or comments, please be sure to leave it in the comments section. Now, we're going to enjoy eating all of this.
Yay.
The next time you see us, we might be a little bit bigger. Alright, see you next time, everyone. Bye!
Bye!